On recreation, I think I mentioned this in the last month, but since it's good news, we'll kick off the 2016 with a repeat of the good news, which is that recreation has received funding from the Community Trust to build a new ball diamond for the little kids and a splash pad. The ball diamond will be located inside the racetrack, near the horse race track near the back, and the splash pad has been designated to be beside the community hall. So this is good news for our future generations, and hopefully we can get these both up and running by the time the summer of 2016 rolls around. Just another thing on recreation, I was approached by a lady from Caledonia who is associated with the Haldimand County Minor Baseball League. And she said that a group of parents have come together, and they've reached out to Six Nations to see if we have any kids who might be interested in joining a hardball league. I remember years ago we used to have a hardball league here in the community, and the kids used to play down at the Cayuga Longhouse. So if there are any kids who are interested in forming a league or taking part in a hardball league, they want to work with us, and they want us to also help them regenerate the baseball diamonds at Oneida Park, which is located at Highway 6 and 3rd Line. So if anyone is interested in either joining in a hardball league or helping to regenerate that park to make it a hardball diamond, you can please contact my office or contact Councillor Terry General. Terry, who is a coach with the Minor Softball Association, has said that he knows that there are some kids who are interested in playing hardball. And so he's stepped up and volunteered to work on this project. So he's going to be getting in touch with the lady from Caledonia and getting more information for us. So we just wanted to flag that and let people know that if you're interested, there's a possibility we could be joining a hardball league in the spring. Okay, some of the meetings, speaking engagements that took place over the past. I know we had a kind of a slow period during the holiday break, but there were some events going on, and there was a Mohawk Lake Steering Committee. We also had a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Children and Youth Services. I attended along with Arla Skye and Sandy Montour from Ganokwisha. There's a Chiefs Committee on Energy, which is meeting to discuss the possibility of all of the chiefs in Ontario, all the First Nations in Ontario, purchasing some of the Hydro One assets through the Hydro One sales. So I'm sitting on that committee and have gone to a couple of meetings. And just before Christmas, I had a visit from an old friend of mine who is originally from Italy. And he had guests from Italy who wanted to visit Six Nations as they're interested in looking at student exchanges. They would like to bring some of their students over to visit Six Nations for about a week and, just find out about our community and interact with some of the kids. And then maybe later in the year, we send some of our kids over there. Long term, this might lead into maybe trade opportunities between Six Nations and Calabria, Italy, which is where this gentleman was from. So that was exciting, and I was glad to see that they, approached us with their proposal. I also attended the Mayor of Brantford's New Year's Levee and brought greetings on January 22nd. And then last week we met with the Deputy Minister of Ministry of Aboriginal Affairs to continue discussions on a number of issues. Some of the upcoming meetings on January 15th, we'll have some Osgoode Hall law students visit Six Nations. Their professor, his name is Shinamai, is a friend of mine, and he's bringing his students down here for years. So they'll be here next week. And on Saturday, January 16th, the Woodland Cultural Centre will be hosting Opening the Doors to Dialogue Reconciliation Project. That will be from 10 to 12, and community members are all invited to attend. On January 19th, there will be a Let's Get Healthier health fair held at the Community Hall from 2 to 8. And on the 22nd, we'll also have some more students visiting Six Nations who are with the Ontario Legislature Internship Program. On the 27th and 28th, myself and Councillors Ray Miracle, Carl Hill, and Terry Jenner will be traveling to Ottawa to attend the Iroquois Caucus. And on February 10th and 11th, I will be taking part in an AFN First Nations Forum on Energy. That will be held in Vancouver. And in District 4, Councillors Ray Miracle and Helen Miller are having a Let's Talk Pizza Party, which is going to be held at the Ashwegan Veterans Hall from 7 to 9 on February 10th. So they've asked me to encourage everybody from District 4 to attend that. We'll also be attending the Good Roads Convention, the annual Good Roads Convention, which is being held in Toronto from February 21st to 24th. At the same time, there is a Chiefs of Ontario Health Conference in Toronto and an AFN Education Conference in Ottawa. So we'll have representatives at both those events. And I just want to flag that the next annual assembly of the Assembly of First Nations will be held on July 12th, 13th, and 14th. And it's going to be held at the Scotia Convention Centre in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And Six Nations is going to be acting as the host First Nation, which means that we will be involved in the opening and closing ceremonies and a number of other events. And there is on the 13th is a night set aside for us to do what we want as the host First Nation, whether it be a gala or an all-star Six Nations showcase or a fundraising event. So we're putting together a committee and coming up with plans for that. But it's going to be an excellent opportunity for us to promote and showcase Six Nations of the Grand River because all of the chiefs from all across the country will be there. And again, we have a number of community events going on, which you can, programs put on by Recreation, Social, and Health, and you can find more information on those on the sixnations.ca website. Lastly, I want to give congratulations to the Six Nations Bantams, who won the Southern Ontario portion of the International Silver Stick Tournament last weekend. This team, of course, is coached by our most winningest coach of hockey here at Six Nations, who is Bean Smith. So they're moving on to the next level of their international tournament. So they'll be competing, I think, on January 22nd in Watford in this international silver stick tournament. So we wish them all the best. Bean asked me also to let the community know that they're looking for sponsors to help the kids and the families spend the weekend up in Watford at this tournament. So if anybody wants to support the team, just contact Bean, and he's usually roaming around in the plaza somewhere at lunchtime. Or any of the parents and the team members, and you can make a donation. So that's it for our first report for 2016. As I said, it's going to be a busy year, but exciting at the same time. So, we've got a lot of promises that were made by the feds, and as I said, we want to hold our feet to the fire to make sure that they deliver. Nyawa.